Hello. Hi, what's up, everybody? This is Tidbits. Thank you for joining again. Appreciate you all. My name is Mav, and I am joined once again by Mr. Fuzzy Belvedere, who is kindly volunteering his time to hang out and look at the new games coming out for the week. What's up, Fuzz? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Mav? What's up, chat? Glad to be here, man. Some decent ones this coming week, so it's going to be exciting, especially considering this month is so packed to begin with.
Heck yeah, dude. There's one in particular. Well, actually, there's a couple, but there's one in particular that I'm like ultra excited for. Shout out to Rick Payne in the chat, hanging out here early, and everybody that watches this after the fact. Appreciate you. Anybody that watches this live here, appreciate you. Thank you all. Thank you to all the channel members as well. Without your support, it would be harder to be able to get to do this stuff so much. So thank you. We're having fun looking at these games. We're gonna get started, and as always, I'm gonna share my screen here. And I already got it going, actually. Hey, baby. What's up? There's my wife, as always, showing massive support in the chat. All right. First off, on this list, again, from Game Informer, new releases coming out this week, is Alan Wake Remastered, October 5th, 2021. Personally, for me, I don't really care about going back to play Alan Wake, and I think the first game honestly holds up pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So this is not one I was like asking for, but it's still pretty cool. I don't like rebuying games when I feel like I don't need to. Like I have seen a lot of comparisons between the two, and I'm like, okay, that looks better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. How do you feel about Alan Wake Remastered?
I did enjoy the DLC with Alan Wake mixed into Control, and I like Remedy's take on games and their mechanics and things. I didn't really hit or touch the Alan Wake series until after I bought Control, but it's good. I think at least at this point, the PlayStation crowd finally get access to it, because I think this was pretty much only on Xbox prior.
Mm-hmm.
So for any of those that didn't have an Xbox 360 or anything along those lines, and now want to at least give it a try after playing like Control and stuff, it's a good buy for those guys. But for those of us that may have already had it on the 360 or like the next gen upgrade or the free upgrade for Xbox, I'll just play the original one I have.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna play this trailer here,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see what we think. I mean, for me, like, I saw it look cool.
Yeah.
How's it going, Nathan? Oh yeah, hold on.
Whatever you do, don't go out in the dark. Stay in the light.
The Deer Fest guests have already started
Just honestly,
to arrive.
with
Just
that,
ran
without
into
doing
one on the
anything,
ferry.
would you
Famous
say
artist,
this
no
looks like
less.
a remastered next gen version?
Alice?
Or would you just like,
Alice?
oh, it looks like Alan Wake.
My wife Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Winter.
That's my.
Last night I woke up to a nightmare.
It's
a
a nice
massive
Missing a
improvement.
week. What had happened to me?
I would say it's a kind of more of a dark game
I
than a
squeezed
horror
the
game.
flashlight
There's
like my
not
life
really
depended
jump
on it.
scares per se.
With
I mean,
it, I
there
could
are
save myself.
going to be some times where it's
I
like,
could save
okay,
Alice.
if you don't have that flashlight out in time, it can definitely make your skin crawl on some spots. But yeah, I would say it's more dark than horror, give or take.
Carl.
Yeah.
Ducky. Thank you.
I mean, cool. It's Alan Wake. I just don't think it looks different enough to warrant having to buy the game all over again.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Hey, that's a cool thing though, especially for people that have never played Alan Wake, right? I think this is a really good thing. So
Yeah.
if you've never played Alan Wake, this is the time to get it. I think it's only like $30, or is it $40 maybe? What's up, Calorie? What's up, Outbreak? Crazy Louie. Appreciate you guys.
See if it's a 40. I think it might be 40. No, you're right. It's 30.
30. So that's decent, right? At least they're not like going out there and trying to charge $60 for it, right? So
Yeah.
it's not in Game Pass. It's first the other. Here's the biggest thing with this, okay? And I forgot to mention this, but it was in the trailer. This is the first time that Alan Wake is coming to PlayStation. So
Yeah.
I'm actually really happy about that. Like, there's a lot of PlayStation gamers that are going to get a good experience and play this game for the first time at a good value at $30. And it's a good game. So that's good, and it'll be updated, so they're not having to play an old crappy version of it, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Alan Wake Remastered. Next is a game I saw my buddy Jasper Gaming playing, and it's Hell Let Loose. So Hell Let Loose is very interesting. It's been out on PC for a couple of years, I think.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It says release date actually no, July 27th, 2021. Maybe it was in preview or beta before that.
I think they had like a preview or alpha for like early adopters or early access and stuff.
Okay. At least a couple months. So release date July 27th, 2021. Hell Let Loose. Oh, I think it was the Insurgency Sandstorm that has been out longer on PC.
Oh yeah, that one. I think it's been at least 2 years, like since 2019.
I'm getting them mixed up. All right, so this one's released on July 27th, 2021 on PC. And it's like an ultra real World War II style multiplayer game.
Yeah.
And it's coming out tomorrow for Series X and PS5. Although I was able to download it. I guess there was a trial. Yeah, there's a trial you could download early on the Xbox, at least. So if anybody wants to try it today, they can.
Yeah, my kids played it a bit, and they're big into the more realistic shooters and stuff like that. Like one plays Escape from Tarkov, although the other one's more into Apex, but he's really loving Insurgency Sandstorm. The only, I guess, complaint they had was the spawn points. If the enemy takes over the territory, you might have a lot of walking to do. But other than that, they would say it's along the lines of Enlisted, but with better visuals, less instructions, but it gives you so much opportunity between weapons and tactics and things like that. So it for somebody that wants like a World War II, but not necessarily a Call of Duty type game, this might be right up their alley.
Yeah. I tried Enlisted and it just wasn't my cup of tea. I'm wondering if this might be better, right? It looks like it's not as rough as Enlisted. Where is it? Is there not like a trailer on their website?
I don't think they have one on their site.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, they're lost, I guess. No trailer for you on Tidbits. Put trailers on your websites, guys. Come on. It's a YouTube link.
Yeah.
The heck? Like how hard is that? I'm just saying.
Definitely would help them sell the game a bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go hunting around like all over the place to get these trailers, right? I just let's just make it easy. Let people see this stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, Jet: The Far Shore. It's already been rated. It has a 6.75. Hey, that's not bad. It's not good. It says it's by Super Brothers and Pine Scented. It's an adventure game to boldly go nowhere. Jet: The Far Shore. That's what. That's not a good tagline. To boldly go nowhere. That's a good one. Hey, I'll give it the Game Informer on that, dude. That's funny. All right, so weighed down by tedious moment-to-moment gameplay, Jet the Far Shore's visuals are doing some heavy lifting. Okay, so I guess it's a decently pretty game, but boring is what Game Informer's opinion is. This is just a review from Game Informer. I was seeing, do they have any videos? No videos. Okay.
Yeah, from what I've seen of it for like the PlayStation State of Play, it kind of has a No Man's Sky vibe, but not the same type of exploration. It seems like it's more like dealing with different characters as opposed to you just kind of exploring and then having to barter and trade with some of the other aliens at like the hubs and stuff. But
right,
it definitely a kind of a different niche compared to No Man's Sky, but interesting enough. Like anybody that's a sci-fi or space exploration fan, I would say it's worth a try. It's definitely.
I remember seeing a trailer for this and thinking it actually looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
It looks like it kind of looks like a chill fly around game. It's what it looked like when I saw the first trailer originally. But now with all this stuff, it doesn't look like that. So then I get confused. Like the other stuff we just saw intrigues me. This doesn't intrigue me, not with this game. This looks boring. Perhaps we might have, okay. So they're actually doing gameplay here. Okay, so you're basically like looking around, trying to scout out for stuff. This is actually Game Informer's gameplay. I bet there's going to be some people that really enjoy this game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Jet the Far Shore, guys, and that comes out. What is that, today? Tomorrow? Yeah, it comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, then guys, hey, this is the one you've all been waiting for. Lego Marvel Superheroes. Let's go. It's releasing on Switch. It's already released on everything else known to man. It's dating way back to 2013. But it's now officially coming to Switch. So get your checkbooks out. Write that check. Lego Marvel Superheroes. Let's go. Go and buy an 8-year-old Lego game on the Switch today or tomorrow. That's when it comes out. How much is this game? Please tell me it's not like 50 or 60 bucks. Do you guys want to play the game of let's see what the purchase button on Game Informer's website takes us to today? I'm curious.
It looks like they have it for $40 unless you buy pre-owned or something. No,
it's actually
no. That's a different one that's pre-owned.
It took me to the actual game. Okay, $40, $40 for a game that released in 2013. It's probably about the same price on Xbox and stuff. So I'm not gonna say that's like a bad price, but if you get Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 on the Switch, it's $22.99. So you can get the sequel for cheaper than you can the original. That's kind of odd. Sub Sour Blow.
I guess they're following the trend that sequels are usually like the lesser of like the story track.
Yeah,
the original is as good as it gets, and then it kind of wanes off from there with sequels sometimes.
So you can also get this same game on Xbox or PS4 for like $20. I'm guessing new for like 25, 30 but they only have pre-owned showing on their website.
Yeah.
Or no, you can get the sequel for $17.99 pre-owned on PS4. And it's just weird. I mean, okay, I'm just gonna say it, guys. It's a waste of money. All right, like, come on, don't buy this. Like, unless you're like the biggest Marvel superheroes fan ever, like you can get Marvel Superheroes 2 for cheaper. I don't understand. Okay.
I think this winds up being like the impulse buy for the kids or something like that. Like, I want Marvel Superheroes, and parents like, oh, Okay, this one just came out. This must be
Yeah,
the newest one.
exactly. This is the lack of research purchase is what it is. It's just like this is the oh look, it's going to be in the Target ad, right? It's going to be in the Walmart ad. It's going to be
Hmm.
all that stuff, and a kid's going to see it. Look, Ma, Marvel Superheroes on Switch it just came out. It's a new game, and they're going to pull what they did to my wife, right? Because my wife accidentally bought Bus Simulator 18, thinking it was Bus
Oh,
Simulator 21, right?
ah,
Um, and that's what's going to happen here. All these kids are going to think this is a new game, then they're going to come home and they're going to play it. You know what? 2013 games, it looks right at home on the Switch.
yeah.
So, they ain't going to tell the difference. All right. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Now, this one, I said there's more than one that I'm really excited for, right? Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
Hmm.
Definitely.
I'm just amazed they
excited
got
for
Ren and Stimpy in this thing.
Yeah, they got Ninja Turtles. They got Patrick, SpongeBob. There's lots of cool characters here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's $50.
Hmm.
Comes out on the 8th. So that is what, Thursday?
Yeah. Oh wait.
That I'm excited, guys. It's gonna have. I think it has online. Oh, it better have online. It comes out on it pretty much everything. Let's see, Ninja Turtles, Loud House, Real Monsters, Avatar, Wild Thornberries, Hey Arnold, Rugrats. Let's go. SpongeBob, of course. It's like Smash Brothers. If you ever played Smash Brothers, it's like that.
Yeah.
So, is this something you're gonna pick up?
I have a gut feeling I will. Like originally, I kind of ignored it, and then I heard that Ren and Stimpy is in it. And it's like, I don't know if that really fits in a 10-year-old plus game, or not old game, but for like 10-year-olds and up. Because Ren and Stimpy, sometimes they were a little more of a adult theme, but yeah, this definitely looks like fun. And considering I don't have a Switch, it would be nice to have something Switch-like on my Xbox. So yeah, I'll wind up picking this one up.
Yeah, so
Using
Friday is the
Case
8th, so I
Man.
guess it comes out on Friday. So here's some the Game Informer gameplay of Patrick versus SpongeBob. Now, this has been a thing. Like we talked about it on one of our shows about licensed games making a big comeback, and a lot of companies doing really well with licensed products right now, including the Hot Wheels game.
Yeah.
I got the Hot Wheels game that we talked about last week, and it's freaking amazing. Love it. It's super fun. And this is another game that is getting a lot of hype and excitement right now because it's a Smash Bros. Clone, right?
Mhm.
With Nickelodeon, but it looks like it's well made, right? It doesn't look
Yeah.
like it doesn't look like some of the other types of games we get like this,
Yeah, in the past, those licensed titles were kind of rushed. I hate using the word cash grab, but it was like, oh, the movie's coming out or a new TV series is coming out. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw this game out there real quick so we can cash out on it. But yeah, this one looks like they've actually put a decent amount of effort in just like the idle animations, the different combat animations.
Yeah, I
this looks
like
like a ton of fun.
you see he's got like dash move where he like does like a star cartwheel, right? Like he does just pretty awesome stuff, man. For Xbox users, for PlayStation users, like they want that smash fix, like you can get it with this, and we'll see how it does. We'll see how it does. I think it's gonna do pretty well.
Oh yeah.
So, frick yeah. Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl. I'm getting that for sure. Then here's something we got a little bit of a controversy here because my wife was actually excited for this game. We saw it, I think, at Gamescom at the opening night live,
Mhm.
and it was Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania,
Mm.
and she was excited. And I remember Lupa, she was really excited for this as well. Um, but somebody said yesterday, and I gotta verify this, that it doesn't have online.
What?
Somebody told me it was local play only, online,
Oh.
local multiplayer only. Slim 73, how's it going? So I'm gonna try and confirm this, but
Mhm.
if
Yeah,
that's
that
true,
would be a big miss for that if it's that way.
which it's what surprised me about it is it's Sega. So I'm trying to find out right now
Mhm.
because
Yeah, Sega was kind of like the pioneers for having online for their console back with the Dreamcast and stuff.
yeah, in a lot of their party games, like they have like the Sega All Stars Racing, all that stuff, right?
Hmm.
They all have online. So I'm gonna bring up this trailer while I try and find out this info because it's disturbing.
Mm.
Disturbing information. All right, so here we go. Now this trailer is pretty cool. Okay. It looks super fun, right?
Yeah.
In a form of protest, I'm never going to speak of this game again because, according to attackofthefanboy.com, I've never heard of this website, but luckily it was here on Google, and I believe them, like because it seems like they're looked into this or whatever. The question is asked: can you play Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania online with other people? Unfortunately, you cannot play this game online with other people. It seems strange that you can't in a game like this. Super Monkey Ball games have always had these secondary mini games to sink some downtime into if you have some friends over.
That's just so disappointing.
So there's an online component being the ranking challenge mode. It's just a glorified time trial mode where you can submit your clear times.
Hmm.
Yeah. It just seems like this game could like be a blast with
Yeah.
online. Right?
I mean, I know a lot of people ask for couch co-op with games now, but that's on top of having an online component. It's like if we could do both, that would be awesome, as opposed to only having it online. But when it's just couch co-op, uh, it's disappointing.
Yeah. It's weird. I'm getting like mixed results right now because I'm not done with this. Okay. Because it's like the advertising from Nintendo's website
Mhm.
says play online.
See,
But
this
the
is this.
features just says challenge your friends as you compete for top banana on the online leaderboards.
See, this is one of those times where if it was to go into Game Pass, you could at least try it and be like, "Oh, it does have online." And like, all right, let me go to
Yeah.
checkout, add this to the cart. But it's like, oh, that.
It has local multiplayer,
Mhm.
online leaderboards. Come on.
It sounds
Okay.
like something that they could probably patch, but I would say this is one of those until they patch it possibly down the road to do the online multiplayer. It will be a pass or wait for deep sale type of thing.
Yeah, I'm not just attacking this game right now for this. There's a
Mhm.
lot of these games that are coming out recently that
Yeah.
are built around multiplayer that are just excluding online.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, one of my favorite fighting games that came out like a year or two ago. I think it's Shaolin versus Wu Tang, which they don't have any of the original licenses for some of the characters that they use, but you can clearly tell it's got like a Bruce Lee character. It has like a um, Jet Li character and everything like that in there. And it's like, unless you do couch co-op, that's as good as it gets. But if it had online, oh my god, that game would be. I think that would be still an ongoing hit for those that just like the old kung fu type movies and things like that.
yeah, it's just a thing, you know. Like Moving Out was a game that came out that me and my wife both love, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we played with my daughter. We played couch co-op, but like I want to stream it and play with her, right? But like my setup, we can't do that, you know. So like, but she's got a Xbox, I got an Xbox, and we
Mm-hmm.
could play with each other online if they would
Mm-hmm.
allow us to do so. But it's not, they don't allow us to, so can't do it, right? I just think that it's a missed opportunity with a lot of these games. I don't know what's involved with getting them to add that functionality with some of these multiplayer focused games, but I think a lot of them would sell more if you
Yeah,
had friends asking you to play and inviting each other. So I think like it's smart to add that functionality if you can. But
definitely.
anyway, all right. So Art of Rally, uh, we've already talked about this game before.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Xbox and PC already. And I'm not sure if it's on Switch, but yes, it's on Switch. It all came to Switch at the same time as Xbox. It's a fun little like rally game, top down style, and
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. I have originally learned about this game from our buddy Indie Gamer,
Mm-hmm.
who had showed this off on one of his streams, and I was like, "Oh, that looks actually like pretty fun." So it's a good kind of time killer game,
Yeah.
right? It's difficult. It's not that easy to do well in. And it's easy to play, but difficult
Mm-hmm.
to master, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Drifting some of those corners, especially in the snow. I've rolled a few of my cars, but it's so relaxing compared to like something like asphalt and stuff. Even though those are meant to be like a higher speed, crash 'em up type of game, it's so cool with that like top down view. It's almost like an RC car and rally car
Yeah.
mixed type game, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's currently on Game Pass. Um, it came out though when a lot of other good games came out for Game Pass,
Hmm.
so it kind of got overlooked a little
Yeah.
bit, I would say. So definitely go back and play it. Now we're on to the big daddy here because this is one of my favorite franchises.
Hmm.
Um, one of my favorite um game franchises. Period. Just like sandbox, open world shooter, approach things how you want type
Hmm.
gameplay is awesome. Some people say it's starting to look a little dated because they're still using the same, like a lot of the same tech, a lot of the same stuff, you know. But
Hmm.
everything I've seen from this, it looks like Far Cry, but more, right? Which is
Yeah.
all I personally want. So I'm super excited for this. It comes out. It says on the 7th, so I will be playing a lot. There's actually early previews going on right now
Hmm.
online. Um, Several people that got early access codes or whatever are able to do preview events today.
Yeah.
So I think GameSpot even I saw was like doing a live gameplay. But hey, going to play the trailer, the latest one, I guess, on their website, and we'll check out Far Cry 6. Are you a Far Cry guy?
Yeah, 5 kind of put me on to it because I didn't really look at the Far Cry games prior to 5. Like my kids, we bought Primal, which they had fun with. It was a little different than what I expected, but once I got 5 and had it where you can like either attack stealth wise, or you can go in loud, or you can switch it up midstream, and then you can reset some of the bases so that way you can just do them over again and try different things. It's just so much fun,
Yeah,
especially for like a stealth approach. And it's like, yeah, once you get spotted, it's like, all right, all heck breaks loose, and go loud and clean up. But yeah, and then with Giancarlo Esposito on this one, yeah.
yeah.
I'm sold. I already pre-ordered it, so I just gotta make sure I got the download already ready to go.
I'm gonna close this trailer because it's not a gameplay trailer. I want a gameplay trailer. So we're gonna go to a different trailer. There's lots of good gameplay trailers out there. In fact, they actually did a 1 hour stream, like
Mm-hmm.
just showing the game, like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
They've been very upfront with this game, like with
Mm-hmm.
and they're just like unapologetically, hey, this is Far Cry, and this is what it's going to be,
Mm-hmm.
and it's done. Like buy the game if you're into it. I really appreciate how much access they're giving people to this game.
Yeah.
That means they're confident, right? It comes across as confident.
I just like the fact that they showed some of the updates compared to previous Far Cry games. Like, I don't think you could really ride mounts before, but now they have horses in the game, and you'll be able to, even shoot from while riding your horse. So if you want to kind of go like low tech wise, come in there like the cavalry and stuff, and just open up, or you can sneak off, or you can even load up your car with weapons on the car instead of just having to shoot out the windows. You can have
Yeah,
a tricked out turret on one of the cars and stuff like that. So
they're doing all this like post launch stuff with all the villains too. Like it's pretty
mhm.
interesting, and they have these animals that all have different personalities and stuff. Like they got that like uh punk rock the punk rock cock, the punk rock rooster in the game. That's what I'll call it.
Yeah.
Chicharron. They got what's
Oh, the
the
alligator.
yeah, the alligator. What's the chorizo? They got the
Oh, the
little weenie
Dotson.
dog dachshund. Yeah, the
Yeah.
chorizo. Um, absolutely awesome cast of ridiculous animals in there that look like they're going to be fun to have following you around. The one thing I'll say I'm not like crazy excited for is the like makeshift weapons. You know,
Hmm.
I that's the one thing I'm not super into with New
Yeah.
Dawn. I like just more realistic type weapons and stuff in games
Hmm.
for the most part. I want to feel like a badass, not
Yeah.
like MacGyver that had to, make a gun out of a
A CD
potato
player.
launcher or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the CD player exactly. It's not. It's like it's not gonna actually slice the guy's head off. No, like
Yeah. No,
um,
those feel more like cheat code weapons later on. Like I'll probably
yeah,
stick to like you said, like the realistic stuff for the first playthrough. But after a while, like when I reset some of the bases and stuff, and just try different things, do like a wingsuit drop in, shoot them with CDs and stuff while playing music. Yeah, just it's almost like a cheat code type of deal.
yeah, exactly. So this seems like it's all like the DLC and stuff, like the post-launch overview. Like it's just they have all these plans, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get some actual just like normal gameplay going here. Here we go. The story looks cool, like you said, Giancarlo Esposito is gonna play a great villain in this. A lot of people are wondering if the kid is Voss. I don't know if they've actually
He did an interview,
said
like
that.
I think they had it on like the Ubisoft channel, but he did an interview. It was like a question and answer, and he doesn't say that he is, but he makes it seem like no, my son is better than that. It's like, how dare you? Yeah, that guy was a peasant and all that. Well, my son is, this and this, and he's my seed. Yeah, no, that no,
That's funny.
how dare you?
Oh, you
Ask
talking
that?
about those little sit down things he does as jokes?
Mhm.
Right. Okay, yeah. Who knows, man? Like I'll say, like the kid looks like a kid boss, right?
Yeah,
And if they did want to
definitely.
do something interesting, they could. But like I just don't know, like if that's where they're going with this. But the game looks awesome. This is one of the bigger releases of the year,
Yeah.
so we're entering that season. Absolutely looks awesome. Okay, I'll stop gushing about Far Cry now. All right, so Far Cry 6, that's on the 7th, is what it says.
Yeah.
All right, next. What do we have here? We have Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I don't understand the difference between this and other Doki Doki Literature Club that my daughter already has on the Xbox
Hmm.
and on the Switch. So this is the plus version of this.
Yeah.
Wow, this is rated mature. I didn't even know that. That's interesting. Oops.
I think I've seen like a few people stream it. And it's some of the story materials a little on the mature side.
Yeah.
Some of it's suggestive innuendo stuff, but not like blatant. So
Yeah.
it's playable by various ages, but it's like, yeah, some of the stuff it's like it's almost like how adults way back in the day could watch the Flintstones. The kids would get some of the jokes, the adults would get all the jokes type of thing. Same
Exactly.
thing with the
Yeah.
Simpsons and Family Guy. So it's not like Family Guy or Simpsons or anything like that, but along those kind of lines.
If you go back and watch some of the Disney movies and stuff, even it's almost like they do that in some like Disney movies where you're like, what? Like as an adult, you go back and you watch it and you're like, did they just say that? Like it.
Yeah.
But you didn't get it as a kid, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, mature industry rating. Uh, that's interesting. But anyway, besides that, I don't really care. To be honest with you. Yeah, it's already been out on everything, so I don't know what the hell this is. Is this like 2? Is plus mean 2? I don't know.
I think it must be like all DLC or something like that, or like a
Yeah.
extended, almost like the way they do. Well, I know I'm not doing this or saying this from experience, but I know Persona and then Persona Royale, and then I think there's like a Persona Royale Plus, which was like all the DLC and then extended like 20 hours of story that you couldn't do, or like offshoot stories. So it's probably along those lines.
Yeah. Well, next up is a Metroid game, and not necessarily the one that everybody wanted, but it is a new Metroid game. I personally am still intrigued by this. I've been waiting for a new Switch game that was going to have me somewhat excited. I want to feel something for Nintendo
Mhm.
again. So I'm hoping this brings that back. How's it going, Lost? And by the way, yeah, Lost asked a good question. How was Halo? Halo Infinite was superb. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Yeah, Metroid Dread coming out again on the 8th. One cool thing about the games this week, you can talk about these games with rather strong confidence that they're not getting delayed. So it's cool to actually talk about games knowing when they're coming out for sure, and having fun with that. But yeah, everything we know about. Let's see here. Is there one that has a video preview? Um, so Metroid Dread to me is intriguing. I just wish we got like a new Metroid, like Metroid Prime,
Yeah.
right? This is like more like Super Metroid, classic Metroid style. Um, I'm scrolling through, seeing if I can't find a trailer. Are you interested in this at all?
I'm still a noob when it comes to some of the Nintendo games, like with Metroid and stuff. Although any of those like Metroidvania style games, pretty much like a side scroller setup, those are classic, still fun type of deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think when they finally release like a Metroid 4 type of deal, I think that's when the floodgates open and I break down and get a Switch at that point.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the Metroid games back in the day on like Super Nintendo and stuff?
Yeah, except for when as I got closer to like the later levels and then kept dying. And
Right.
then back then it was like you either finished the game in like a sitting or it was like, yeah, just start all over. There were a few of them that I didn't complete. Like I was the Sega kid in the house, and my sister and my niece were the Nintendo fans. So every now and then I'd be able to play on there. But yeah, it sucked because if I'm taking turns and my niece is coming or going on it after me, it's like, oh yeah, all my progress. You can just continue from where I'm at? I'm not playing that. I'm playing Mario or Super Mario Brothers. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like it could be cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a classic Metroid gameplay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that has me excited. It's been a while since we got that from Metroid in itself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see what they do with it. It just like, I don't know, man. It's hard to get so excited for me for anything on the Switch just because it's on the Switch. I really want the games to look better than they can, right?
Yeah.
Have more features and stuff. But I was a huge Metroid guy back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
On Super Nintendo. That was one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. So I'm going to play this and hope I can recapture the magic
Nice.
because I really want to play a good Nintendo Switch game right now. All right. And again on the Switch, this is a big week for the Switch. I mean, going even back to hey, we got Lego Marvel Superheroes, guys. Don't forget about that one. You got Nickelodeon All Star Brawl. You got Super Monkey Ball, Metroid Dread, and Tetris Effect Connected. Tetris Effect Connected is next on the list, coming out on the Switch. It's already been out on Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC, and it is absolutely a blast. It's my favorite Tetris game I've ever played.
Yeah.
100%. That even dates back to the Game Boy. Like love this game. Kate destroys me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how she's so good, freakishly good at Tetris. But yeah, Tetris Effect Connected. If you haven't seen it, it's been out all over the place for a long time.
Yeah.
So
It's just so much fun, so relaxing. And then,
mhm.
like, if you're doing the team battles versus the AI, when you can, work together, stack up the blocks so you can start, having the other or the AI get all the levels, dropped on them. It's satisfying, relaxing. Can be a little hectic when it speeds up when you're after like level 100 or so and things are just automatically dropping, but it's still so much fun.
Yeah, super enjoyed Tetris Effect Connected. It's not hard. It's not easy to beat, right? You can go
No.
through, and it's a lot of content. You say, well, how can there be that much with Tetris? This has a lot of different modes. It's got great online features. It's got a challenging like campaign type style to it that takes you through a series of levels and stuff. It's just really, really, really well made game, and the music is
Oh yeah,
incredible.
yeah. That
Absolutely
definitely
incredible.
helps set the pace.
Yeah, for sure. So Tetris Effect Connected, everybody. That's it for this week. Good week.
Yeah.
What are your top two from this week?
Well, my already pre-orders are for Far Cry 6, which definitely looking forward to that. Just Far Cry games in general, just like that open world attack how you want type of thing, or pick which missions to kind of take care of first. And then Hell Let Loose, I already got pre-ordered, even though the boys weren't as big of a fan of it. It was one of those things where I was like, I might as well get it because we'll eventually, squad up and try to sneak behind enemy lines, set up a spawn point, and go from there. But
Yeah,
after Sandstorm Insurgency, it's like I'm starting to like these more realistic tactical shooters and stuff, especially with like more of the open world kind of aspect to it. So it's
right.
should be some fun.
Cool. Me, Far Cry, and Nickelodeon All Star Brawl, followed by Metroid Dread. Um, and to be honest with you, those are really the only three I kind of really care about. Other than that, there's other games I would like to try. I've already played through Alan Wake. I might eventually do it again. It's just something that Alan Wake Remastered is something that if it's way down the line, if it's like on one of those crazy sales, it's like 70% off. May pick
Yeah.
it up. Game Pass, I'll play it. Check it out. Hell Let Loose. I have the trial installed, so I'm gonna try it. I don't necessarily care about buying it.
Yeah.
Unless I try it and I love it. Who knows, right? It could be the game that was just built for me. Jet the Far Shore have absolutely zero interest in right now. Lego Marvel Superheroes. Hey, that's a 2013 game. I probably already own it, and I don't even know. Nickelodeon All Stars Brawls. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Did I say that one? No, I'm definitely getting that one. Okay.
That one I might wind up picking up as well. Because, like I
Yeah.
said, Ren and Stimpy, Powder Toast Man. I mean, I wouldn't even say that was my childhood. That was more like my teenhood or young adulthood, I guess. Yeah, I know a 20-something-year-old or whatever watching cartoons doesn't sound right, but
Yeah.
hey, it was a good way to pass the time after work type of thing.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely getting that. It's. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun playing some multiplayer games.
Yeah.
Super Monkey Ball. We would be getting that if it had online. I don't know. Maybe my wife still want to get it. I know she was excited about it. Not as excited now. Her and Lupa had made plans to play it with each other.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen now.
I'm
Art
hoping
Rally
they eventually
already
patch it.
been out.
If it's not online now, fingers crossed they patch it within like a month or so. They'll see, oh, people aren't buying it. Oh, because it doesn't
Yeah.
have online. Let's hit up that patch real quick and hopefully, we'll see.
Far Cry 6, the Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Don't care. Don't know why it's even listed here again. I don't understand it. Somebody in the comments later tell me why this game is listed again as new. I'm sure there's Doki Doki fans out there that will be glad to let me know. Metroid Dread. I'm gonna give it the best shot and hope for the best with that. And then Tetris Effect Connected are a good home for the Switch. I think it's gonna be good for the Switch to have that game because
Yeah.
currently the one that we've been playing the most on there is Puyo Tetris.
Mm.
And it's pretty good, but this is more our style. So, and I like Tetris. I can see fitting really well on that small screen. Shout out to Harley with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. That's good stuff. How about them Cowboys? This could be a new superstition if the Cowboys win this coming week. Hey. Cowboys are looking fantastic right now. If you guys can't tell, you see my streams, you see stuff. I'm always wearing a hat, and a lot of times the Cowboys hat. Big Cowboys fan. And guess what? I mean, hey, they just brought it to the Panthers. They brought it to the Eagles last week. They're just running through the league right now. You know, everybody got to watch out for the Cowboys. I'm gonna get some hate for that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Eagles are all about the penalties.
Yeah, right now. They'll get it together. Again, thank you for that, Harley. Appreciate it. So Sour Blow says back from dead. All right, Sourdough says Nick. I guess you mean Special Nick said Kojima's working on an existing IP. Any idea or what's your guess? If it's an existing IP, I would assume it's one of his old IPs. I'll just say that. But I don't know which one. So he's worked on several different games.
Yeah.
He's worked on Zone of the Enders, I think, is one of the ones he worked on before. Metal Gear, and he's actually worked on Castlevania before. Remember the 360 in PS3, the Lords of Shadow, Castlevania Lords of Shadow series that came out. He actually helped with those, or at least the first one. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of potential. I think there was a Gematsu, I think, is the name. It's a Japanese magazine, I believe, and they were talking about Kojima. And I'm gonna bring that up because I meant to address this before, but they've had leaks before. I think that were not accurate, and they've had leaks that were, I believe. Okay, here we go. So this is from GamesRadar.com, and it says Hideo Kojima is reportedly working on the next Silent Hill game, but conflicting reports suggest his studio is working with Xbox. So I think Special Nick said it wasn't Silent Hill. So I don't know. Is one of the rumored new Silent Hill games is reportedly in development at Kojima Studios. Last week, a report stated that multiple Silent Hill games were in development to be revealed next year as part of Konami's attempt to reestablish itself as a premium game developer. That report stated that one of the new games was being developed by a prominent Japanese studio, which Gematsu claims is Kojima Productions. But I thought I saw the Gematsu leak and they didn't say which game he was working on. So this is Gematsu, okay?
Yeah.
They have established themselves, I guess, as legitimate in the past. They say Konami is developing revivals of its Castlevania, Metal Gear Solid, and Silent Hill franchises, according to a VGC report citing unnamed publishing sources. So this Gematsu leak is actually referring to a Video Game Chronicles leak. Okay, so now I'm going to move over to VGC because I think that's the original source, according to Gematsu. So everybody's saying that this is a Gematsu thing, but Gematsu's crediting VGC. All right, so I'm going to go to VGC, and I don't know what their track record is for leaks. So, all right. Konami is set to ramp up its premium game development with new installments and remakes for its biggest franchises, including Metal Gear and Castlevania. That's according to publishing sources who spoke to VGC anonymously because they did not have permission to discuss their projects publicly. Okay, so the main source in all this is not Gematsu, it's VGC. Okay, that's VideoGamesChronicle.com. All right. It was going around the internet that Gematsu was the source for the rumor, and people putting faith in the rumor because of Gematsu, because I guess they have a good track record. But Gematsu is just quoting VGC. So
it's a circle.
Like it's a circle. You got to find the source, right? Like in order to see the legitimacy of these things, you got to track it down to the beginning and see where it started. So that's what I'm trying to do here. It says Konami's premium games output has slowed down significantly in recent years. The last new Metal Gear game was 2018's Metal Gear Survive, blah, 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 blah. The past decade, the company has arguably grown bigger reputation for its pachinko gambling games. Yes. However, Following a restructure, we already knew about the restructure earlier this year. Konami is now focused on bringing back its biggest brands. Okay? The first of the titles will be a new Castlevania game, in development internally at Konami, with support from local external studios. Okay, so a new Castlevania game built internally. We talked about a little bit about that on Xbox Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
There's been much speculation that Demon Soul Studio Bluepoint could be working on a remake. They're not. So a Metal Gear Solid remake, potentially Snake Eater, would be being made by Virtuous. It's according to this rumor. Again, everybody, this is a rumor from a website that I have read before. I do like this site, but I do not know their track record with these kind of leaks, right?
Yeah.
So they're saying all this stuff, not me, right?
Well,
Virtuous would be making the Metal Gear Solid remake. Then it says recently it worked on Switch ports, all this stuff. Okay. Then new project currently in early development, and multiple sources suggested it could be centered around fan favorite. Okay, so that's still the remake. Konami also intends to release remasters of the original Metal Gear Solid games. Okay. And finally, multiple Silent Hill games are currently in development at various external development studios.
mm-hmm.
One of these projects was outsourced to a prominent Japanese developer earlier this year. Konami should publicly showcase its plans at major shows next year. Pandemic permitting. Konami pulled out this year's E3 2021 due to timing issues. I remember when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's wondering what the hell they were going to be doing at E3 because like they don't have anything, you know. So this would make sense.
I tend to agree with Rick Payne in the chat, where I've heard rumors about Bloober Team being one of those devs that were working on a Silent Hill game. Like,
yes,
they were working with the Silent Hill composer for Medium, and they had dropped hints after that release that they'll be working together again, but something more, or I forget how he phrased it, but it was like a term he used that essentially leads you to believe that the new game that Bluebird makes will be a Silent Hill, or at least a license extension of the story, let's say, type of thing. But as far as Metal Gear, I was always under the impression that would be Bluepoint, but it looks like Bluepoint now is working on their own title as opposed to doing another remaster, which they've been good at remasters with Demon Souls and with what was it, the last, not the Last Guardian, what was the other one that they did, the Colossus,
Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah. So but they came out and said that they want to make original content now. So I don't really know what that means, but they didn't necessarily say original IP or new IP.
True.
They just said original. So it's the wording leaves it still a little bit open. But I would, if I was to wager a guess, I would say that Bluepoint is going to work on, not a remake, not a remaster, but it could be something in a potential IP, but it's still a new creation.
I could see that.
Right. So let's say that Bluepoint was working on like a Silent Hill or something Metal Gear, right? They could do, a new game potentially. I think that I remember seeing something that one of these Konami projects was like rumored to be published by PlayStation. So, and then we know about all the rumors about the other Xbox project that Kojima had been under a contract or signed a letter of intent or something like that with them. And that was supposed to be largely because of Xbox and the cloud and everything wanting to. This game potentially had been in the works before with Google, but now that they are pretty much giving up on the Stadia, it became looking for another place, and I guess Xbox made sense or something. That's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know any of this to be true or not. Jeff Grubb actually had been the one to say a lot of this stuff, and
Hmm.
Jeff Grubb he also did say that if PlayStation wanted to get Kojima to make a game, they could do it too, right? This wouldn't be
True.
necessarily a one-off. Just because Kojima may be working on one of these doesn't mean they aren't doing the Xbox thing as well. So Kojima could end up having a PlayStation exclusive. Could end up having an Xbox exclusive. That'll be very interesting to see.
Mhm.
This stuff happens all the time, uh,
True.
so it's not that uncommon. Um, in fact, Insomniac, y'all got to just look at Insomniac, right? They had Sunset Overdrive and then Ratchet and Clank. You know, like their studio did similar things. So I'm curious who is all involved with these projects, but we'll find out later. You know, like we will find out when they're ready to announce it, and then we'll find out who was right, who was wrong, who was and all that stuff. But I'll say that whatever it is, I'm glad that Konami's back to making games.
Yeah.
You know, they got some good IP. Like, it was a sad day when they were like split off from Kojima and gave up their on gaming, and now it seems like they're maybe because of how maybe they think they gave up at the wrong time when they saw what happened with gaming over the last couple of years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. They got out of the business a little too early.
A little early, yeah. So we'll see what's going on with that. All right. Any other? I said it earlier. We talked a little bit about Halo. Freaking amazing.
So
The
much
the
fun.
flights ended as far as we know up until launch, and unless they announce something else. But it was like magical. Seriously, the flights were like an event. You know, like the whole community in Xbox was pretty much playing Halo, and it hasn't been like that in a long time. I'll say it wasn't like that with Halo 5 even.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are just down on it, right? So, did you enjoyed it though? But we played a little bit yesterday with some of the
Yeah.
community.
It was so much fun, and I'm new to Halo. Like Halo 5 is my entry into the brand. Um, I've never seen this level of excitement prior. Like Halo 5, I played the campaign. It was fine. I enjoyed it. Multiplayer, it was more about playing Forge with my kids and them making
Yeah,
like silly, vehicle match type things. But this this has me hooked. It has the movement, the gunplay, the environment, just the little details with the golfers digging into the dirt and stuff, the different weapons, the loot cave on the one map, just everything about it is like it. And this is, I think we've only played really like 3 maps out of the 20 plus maps that we're going to get. So it's like they definitely
yeah,
they they definitely have something special. Magical, definitely, because there's no more downing 343. It seems it's like everybody's a buzz. They had so much fun, even if yeah, there were a couple of issues here and there, maybe a crash or two, but it's like considering how many people, because they expanded it beyond just those that were in the insider. You could invite friends and things like that, and I'm pretty sure they were a lot freer with codes for those that signed up last minute for the insider. it
yeah,
it just seemed to work flawlessly for 99.9% of the time, and then it was like, all right, we're loading up. Oh wait, it crashed, or we'd have one crash, but then it's like, okay, they reset and they're back up again, and no more problems for them. So it
yeah.
was just perfect.
I feel like Halo Infinite's back on, like you said, with the buzz, right? Because now Halo 5 was your like introduction really into Halo,
Hmm.
but like for me, this excitement and people buzzing and talking this positively about Halo hasn't happened since Halo 2 and Halo 3. Now, Halo 2 was an event for the ages, and so was Halo 3. Both of them were, because when Halo 2 was like the most anticipated game that year. Crazy anticipated because of how good Halo was. Halo
Mhm.
CE was like the Xbox game, right? It was the one that everybody had, that everybody loved, and Halo 2 was going to be online, right?
Mm.
And it was delayed a year, much like this. So that whole excitement got ramped up, and they had the. There's a lot of similarities actually with Infinite and Halo 2 because they had a little bit of dev issues with the development of
Mhm.
Halo 2, and they had to kind of reset and refocus and do stuff because like the game just wasn't working properly.
Mm.
And there's a whole documentary about it. It's very interesting. And they came in, they had like a change of course, like in the last year, much like when Joe Staten came in here and changed course. It's very interesting what was all involved with that.
Mhm.
And it took them a lot. It took them several years to get Halo 2 out the door because people had anticipated it. Like back then, weren't used to waiting that long for sequels.
Yeah.
When you had a hit, you expected it the next year or the following. That's just the way the expectation was because like game development wasn't really thought of as this like 5 or 6 year process back then, right?
Yeah.
And when Halo CE came out, it was amazing, and people were like getting impatient waiting for Halo 2. Then the launch of Xbox Live happened, and Halo 2 came out, and it was an event. Everybody was excited, and it just like changed gaming with online,
Mhm.
right? And the buzz and the amount of excitement when people started playing Halo 2 online was the same feeling I got when we were all playing Halo Infinite Flight at the flight test because it was
Nice.
new, it was fresh, it was fun, right?
Yeah.
And what's old and sometimes can be new again, and that's what Halo Infinite has managed to do somehow is revolutionize an old formula.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. 343. They definitely they've earned their stripes at this point.
yeah, yeah, with the clips all online too, like which is amazing. Like it's just amazing to see that those many clips and there's some of the stuff. It's like okay, were they planning on there being this kind of content out there? Because the abilities that they have and stuff just make good clips, right? It
Yeah.
just seems like fun stuff. So, let's see. Is there any other news like actual like newsworthy stuff. I saw something about Tales of Arise is bringing new difficulty levels. That's a thing.
Mm.
Um, let's see. I'm guessing that's for the after content. It would probably be an update.
Yeah.
Um, any of you Tales of Arise fans out there? I'm gonna read this. It says upcoming Tales of Arise update bringing new difficulty levels and more. It's the upcoming Tales of Arise X Sword Arts online crossover isn't enough. Maybe the upcoming update announced during Tokyo Game Show 2021. So this was announced during Tokyo Game Show. There's gonna be two new difficulties: easiest and unknown. Easiest will be easier than the story difficulty. Unknown will be more difficult than the chaos level. Okay. Then there's three new special battles, special weapons. So, hey, cool. JRPG is getting after launch support. I like to see it.
Yeah.
Does that mean the game wasn't done yet? No, I don't think so.
No, I think when they add those difficulties, it's more they're probably looking at the statistics of like people completing the game and stuff like that, and you're going to have your enthusiasts, your big fans that are going to beat the game and it's like, oh, that wasn't so bad. You need to make it more challenging, and without them, making it more challenging by not using like consumables or things like that. They could try it, but having the dev make a new harder difficulty is awesome. And then as far as for an easier one, for somebody that's new to the series, you just want to at least get ingrained in the story and while you're still learning the combat moves, yeah, it's not a bad option. So it's not as you know standoffish for somebody new to the series.
Yeah. And here's some interesting news as well, guys. Epic Game Store is getting their own style of achievements.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Epic Games achievements are coming next week This is via Games Radar. Epic Games achievements are coming next week to add another. I'm not even going to read this poorly written sentence. I'm sorry. Dopamine hit of extrinsic motivation to your PC gaming. I just read it. That's what they wrote. So that's okay. Epic announced the long-awaited arrival of the new feature and how it will work. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the official Epic news page. This is interesting. Epic Games achievements are launching next week. Okay. They're sorted into 4 tiers based on XP value. Platinum achievement. Did any of y'all use Epic Games Store at all, or do you just log in to get the free game?
I think a lot of us just get the free games from them.
Like I've never actually bought a game from Epic Games Store, but I log in every like month to see what the free game is.
Yeah.
And they got good free games.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing that may help them in the long term, especially if PlayStation is putting more of their games on PC, it seems like PlayStation wants to push their games to the Epic Store first, as opposed to Steam. So that I could see some people that, especially if they ever get to the point where it's day and date, I doubt Horizon will be that way, but let's say it is. I could see a good bit of people with Beast Machines possibly buying Forbidden West and buying it at Epic at that point, since it'll be there if it's there day and date. But we'll find out closer to release at that point.
So this is another bit of news as well. Konami, we were on the Konami train talking about Konami. Back to Konami again, because the IGN Japan staff had actually put an article on IGN saying that Konami has announced an indie game contest that actively asks small devs to make games based on some of its classic series. So that's pretty cool. I mean, Konami actually has a really large list of old IP because they've been around for a long time. So that's pretty interesting. If they get, they're inviting indie devs to make games in a contest. We'll see what comes of this. Actually, I think it has potential. So Konami specified 80 different games for creators to reimagine, including games from Gradius, Star Soldier, Twinbee, Nightmare, is that Ganbare Goemon? Or Ganbare? I'm not sure. The full list can be found at the bottom entry page. They're really getting back invested into gaming, it seems like. The grand prize for the contest is 2 million yen, and Konami will offer to publish works that can be commercialized. Okay. In addition to investing up to 30 million yen, that's 270,000 USD in development funds for commercialized projects. So they're willing to, like, if you win this contest, basically, they're willing to, like, fund potentially about $270,000 into your project. Konami will provide supervision, production advice, and support regarding localization, promotion, and development equipment. Hey, indie devs out there, get involved with this. This is like a huge opportunity. I'm gonna send this to 3-Bit, my buddy.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. Hey, that's a cool contest. I like seeing things like this. And I think it's good for the industry, and I'm excited to see Konami doing stuff. What's up, PTK Blam? Unless you got anything else, Fuzzy, though, I think we're going to wrap it up.
No, this has been a pretty good week as far as some game releases. It's going to be an even bigger week next week. Luckily for anybody in Game Pass, they're definitely going to get their fill next week. But this week, some pretty good games, and Far Cry. I can't wait. Pre-ordered, ready to go.
Back for Blood
Giancarlo
next
Esposito,
week, right?
man. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Far Cry 6 this week. Back for Blood next week.
Yeah.
blast. Let's have a blast playing games, everybody. I want to thank you for joining this stream, as always, and the channel members and anybody that was here live, anybody listening after the fact or watching after the fact. Super appreciate you. This has been Tidbits, and hopefully you know a little bit about a game that you want to get or don't. Now that you learned that Monkey Ball has no online, how dare they? All right,
or
guys.
Nickelodeon All Stars being awesome if you want a Smash like game.
Absolutely. 100%, man. You guys take it easy. Have a good one. Bye.
Later.